So today I'm going to show you how to make super easy fruit empanadas using an air fryer. And I also added some chocolate and white chocolate dipping sauce. Before we get started on these fruit pies, fruit empanadas, fruit pasties, I just want to show you all the ingredients that we're going to use. So I have just pie shells that are pre-made. I get them out of the grocery store. They come in a box of 2. I have them setting out because I want them to soften a little bit. It's just easier to roll. I have 2 blocks of cream cheese that I also have taken out of the fridge because I want that to soften too, just easier to spread. I have 1 stick of butter that I'm gonna melt and put on the top after they're done. And then I also have, I mix pumpkin pie filling or pumpkin pie spice with white sugar. And it's like, I don't know, maybe a 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice to maybe 2 tablespoons of white sugar. And then I was going to do like a pie filling, like apple, peach, strawberry, cherry pie filling. I thought, you know what? I have some wonderful jams that I've canned. Why not use the jams? The jams will pair perfectly with the cream cheese. So for the jams I picked, I have my peach, I don't think you can see peach. I have my peach jam. I have blackberry and tart cherry jam. I have my raspberry jam and my blueberry jam. So my blueberry, raspberry, and the peach are from up where I live. And the cherries are from Traverse City. So it's all Michigan stuff. And then I also made an apricot jam, which is from Traverse City also. And then I made pear applesauce. And I thought, I'm just gonna try it and see how it works. And then just a little bit of flour just to put down on the counter so when you roll it out, things won't stick. I'm really excited to try this. I've been actually wanting to do this, and we're gonna air fry them. So really, your kids can help you with this. I mean, it's so simple. It's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. So it's a 5 ingredient fruit pie. And I'm gonna try and get them done. Well, I am gonna get them done before my kids get home from school because I wanna put it on my like really big board. And then they can have like a really nice snack. And then I'm gonna make so many that there'll be some left over for dinner. I'm making chili. I was supposed to make chili yesterday, but with our grocery shopping and our sweater haul, I didn't get home in time. So we ordered pizzas from our favorite place. They have the best pizzas ever. So I had to push back my whole menu. Good thing I didn't write my board out yet because I have to write it out today. I'd have to like erase everything. So I'm just going to wait about 10 minutes. I just want my cream cheese a little softened and my crust. And then we're gonna come back and start putting these together. I'm super excited to try them. I love cream cheese, you guys, and I love my jam. It's almost like a crepe, because you know crepes are like jam with fresh fruit and cream cheese. It could be like a fruit pie crepe. No, that's dumb. I wanted to do a couple test runs just to make sure I put enough filling in there or too much. I started out by rolling 2 of these together, and the dough was too thick. I actually have some in the air fryer right now because I just want to see what they look like, just to see if I need to make any adjustments. So you're just going to get the pre-made pie crust. I did let them set out, and I did actually nuke my cream cheese for about 15 minutes because it just wasn't soft enough. I wanted it like to be real good, real spreadable. And then any extra dough, put it aside because we're still gonna use it. You do want it kind of thin because you don't want like all dough. You want to get some of the filling too. All right. All right, that looks good. Okay, and then I found a bowl, like find something, maybe a glass or a bowl. And this is about, I don't know what, maybe, does it say on the bottom? I don't think it says on the bottom, but it looks about, I don't know, 1, 2, maybe 5, 6 inches in diameter. So now you're just gonna punch each one of them out. There we go. And I've done 2 crusts already, and I think I have, oh gosh, I think I have probably over a dozen in that air fryer right now. And the air fryer, you don't have to lay it like by each other. You can just put them in. That's what's great about air frying. It doesn't have to be all set out nice. You can just dump stuff in. Okay. So it looks like for this first one, I have 5. And then we're just gonna put the crust aside because I'm gonna roll it out for the next batch. All right, there we go. And I notice my jams that are a little more like soupy is spreading a little much. So if your jam isn't solid, you might want to put a little less because it seeps out the end. But if it is like pretty put together, because I know some jellies are kind of watery, then you can do the teaspoon. I did about, so I'm gonna say probably about maybe a half a tablespoon of cream cheese. I did start by putting it on the side, but then when I flipped it over, it all came out. So I would just keep it in the middle just to be safe. I'm anxious to see what these look like. I'm so excited. I honestly don't air fry. I've gotten a couple air fryers that we've tried, and I guess, I mean, I just don't think to use it, you know? I don't really fry a lot of things, but then I guess it, you know, maybe it's better than putting it in the oven. I don't really know, but I'm just not an air fry person. But I'm gonna embrace it. Okay, so this one is, I can't talk right now. This one is raspberry. So yeah, about a teaspoon, a full teaspoon. And then here is my tart cherry. So you just wanna stick it right in the middle. And I don't know, like if it seeps out the side, I'm not really sure how it's gonna come out of the air fryer, so I guess we'll see together. This is my blueberry. And then my peach was a little soupy, so I think I'm going to put a little less on that one. And then my apricot also was a little more soupier, so I'm gonna put a little bit less on that one. There we go. And so now all you're gonna do is just fold it over and then just seal the edges. This one might have a little much in them. Seal the edges. Gonna do that with every one. Oop. Make sure your surface, your floured surface, because it would rip. Okay, and that actually worked better putting less. Then you're just gonna take your fork and you're gonna seal the edges. And just seal the edges. There we go. Seal the edges. Got a little bit coming out there, but that's okay. You wanna make sure that if you have to put your fork in flour, go ahead, but you wanna seal both. Because if you don't, when it cooks, it's gonna open right up on you, and then you have a tostada fruit, whatever, a fruit tostada. You know, tostadas are flat and you kind of layer them. It's not like a taco. We should do those instead of doing tacos. I should tell Izzy, let's just fry them up and make tostados, where you fry the shell, flip it, you don't fold it into a taco, and then you just layer it. I actually grew up with tostados. My mom did that a lot. But we did tacos too. Okay, these don't have as much in them. I wish they had a little bit more. Maybe the ones that I have to put the peach and the apricot, maybe I'll make those a little smaller. All right. So make sure you dip your fork in there because you want them to seal really good. And then I'm gonna put a couple air holes. I'm really not sure if this is necessary, but whenever I do bake stuff like my pasties in the oven, I do air holes. So I'm just gonna stick with that same thing. And then just put a little bit of butter on top of them. Not a lot, just a little bit. You don't have to cake it. I actually did cake a couple when I started because this brush is way too nice. It actually really held the liquid pretty good. So just make sure you get the edges. I guess I'm ignoring the edges. Get the edges too. Boy, that air fryer, it's actually very soothing, the sound. And then get the edges. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with our cinnamon sugar, just a little bit. You don't want to overpower it. Yeah, super cute. Anybody can do this. I mean, they're cute to me. My daughter's gonna love this because she is 17 and they're into little, like, I don't know if you guys have teenage daughters. Are they into little everything? Like those little shop thingies, like little everything. Like she has a little cast iron pan, a little frying pan. I don't get it, but they love little stuff. Okay, so I have these 5 done. I'm just gonna take my dough, roll it out, start making some more. My air fryer has 7 minutes. So when this goes off, I'll pull them out and show it. They smell great. Oh my goodness, do they smell great. But you can use any kind of jam you want. I mean, you could use jelly if you wanted. I guess maybe don't put as much because when it goes into the heat, it is gonna kind of melt it. So you might have soup. So you might wanna stick with jam that has like the fruit. If you wanna make a pie filling, all you do is chop up apples really small, put them in a bowl, sprinkle them with sugar and cinnamon, and just kind of keep working them around, and you let it set for, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes because you want it to form a syrup. And then you could put that fruit directly in here, put the cream cheese and the fruit in it if you want. And if you do pie filling, Because I was gonna do pumpkin puree, and I'm glad I didn't, because I think it would end up being a mess. But if you wanna do pie filling, I would try and take more of the fruit out of it and keep more of the juices behind. That's just kind of what I'm thinking after seeing, like, but I mean, I guess we'll find out in a second, right? So when these come out, we'll find out in a second. So I'm gonna keep working on some more, and then when this comes out, we'll look at it together and see if I have to make any adjustments or whatever. I've never made these before. It just kind of popped in my head. I'm like, that'd be super cool. A way to use my jam and to make something small, just like some after school snack bite type things. And you can make a dip too if you wanna make a fruit dip, or you wanna do like maybe a caramel. You could get a caramel drizzle. They could dip them in that. That actually is a really good idea. Maybe like the ice cream toppings where you drizzle like the chocolate, white chocolate and caramel. You can also put it in cocoa. You could put like little bowls on a tray. I might do that, and then they can dip them in or take it out and spread it. So that's a really good idea. I think I'm gonna add that too. I have the last of my empanadas. I'm just gonna seal them up. So I've been just trying different things. I have my tray behind me. You'll see it has ones that are done. So I honestly have never really used an air fryer before. Like I think Izzy uses them, but I've used like maybe, I think I made French fries in it. Maybe I did hamburgers, I don't know. But anyway, so I figured out how to use this air fryer. So when I first did it, I think I had too much in it because some of them weren't done. And so then I tried it again with maybe a little less amount. I did it for 15 minutes, and then I pulled it out and I flipped them, and I did it for, this one's a little messy. I did the other side for like 3 minutes. And so then I tried it again with way less into the air fryer, and they cooked on the top and the bottom. So if you put too much in the air fryer, the air doesn't get underneath to cook the underneath. So I'm here flipping them, and it's a mess trying to flip them. So don't put as much in your air fryer because you don't need to flip them. I mean, you could shake them a little bit if it's French fries or something, but for these empanadas, it's at 15 minutes at 355 degrees. And by not putting as many in, they actually cooked the underneath too. I know. So these are the last of my fruit thingies here. I got a little bit of, my fork's got a little bit of fruit on them. I have actually tried a couple. They are really good. Some of them don't look as beautiful. I think doing the air slots smaller really did help. I was just doing it too big, so the stuff was coming out of the top. Especially the blueberry ones, man, they're out of control. My blueberry ones, sheesh. And that's even like thick, like it's more of like a jam, not so much a jelly. And the ones I was worried about, like my peach and my apricot, they're staying in fine. So these I filled a little bit more with cream cheese. I could taste the cream cheese, but it was like more fruit, and I want it to be more balanced. So I added a little more cream cheese to these. And these are the last ones, and I'll show you guys the done board. Yeah, so it took me a little bit to kind of figure things out, but I am learning too. And, you know, I just want to give you guys those tips because maybe some of you guys don't use air fryers either, but you're thinking, wow, that's really cool. Maybe I'll get one. Wait till after Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving, Black Fridays. I'm sure they'll have them like really cheap. But my daughter wants one for Christmas, and I was actually gifted one, and I never even like opened it. And she's like, Mom, I really want an air fryer. And I'm thinking, because I was gifted one, and it was so sweet, like a really nice one. And I don't know how to use them. So I'm a little nervous, and I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna give it to her because it's super sweet. I'm gonna wrap it up and give her it because it's really nice. And it has like 2 different compartments. I don't even know the brand, but yeah, I'm just gonna pass it on to her. She'll absolutely love it. My son Brendan has an air fryer, and he loves it. I guess he uses it all the time. Izzy will pull our smaller one out every once in a while, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna finish up these. Oh my goodness, I got so much jam on my fork here. You might wanna make sure you get a lot of flour on your fork. I'm just gonna finish up these, get a little bit of butter on them. And then I did do 4 boxes of shells. So 4 boxes had 2 shells in them. I pulled them out to let them, you know, kind of soften because I think it's easier to roll them out. And I'll let you know how many I got with the 4. I mean, right here, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18. And this was 2 shells plus a little one. So it looks like if you do the size I did, you're gonna get maybe about 19 or 20. So figure 20 for 2, depending on how you roll them out and how, oh, I have one more on the size, because this is 2 crusts plus a little one. So I would just say maybe average 8 per crust. So if you're gonna make them for a party or for your family, figure 8 empanadas at the 6-inch circle per crust. All right, you guys, they turned out absolutely amazing. Yes, there was a little bumps. I had to figure out the air fryer, but they turned out really good. Look at how great is that? I know you guys already seen that in the beginning, but I had to show you again. And also, I did do my dogs are crazy, some chocolate and white chocolate. So I just throw that on. And all it is syrup for like ice cream or coffee. And I thought this would be perfect for my kids to dip these in. So I have peach, apricot, raspberry, blueberry, tart cherry, black cherry. I did start out with the pear, but I really wasn't liking it, so I didn't finish the pear. It was just a little too appley saucy. But after bumps and trials, I finished it. It turned out great. I can't wait to share it with my kids when they get home from school. I'm not sure if it's gonna make it to dinner, but we'll see. But no, they're super yummy. It did take me a while, and I told you it's about maybe 8 to 10 per crust. So I had 8, so I have 80, right? 8 times 8, no, I have 64, so I've made 64 of these. This isn't all of them. I have some more behind me that are still cooling. But anyway, so thank you so much for joining me on making these FRUiT empanadas using an air fryer, which was a challenge for me. But they turned out great though. I'm super excited. I've tried a couple, super yummy. This tray is so heavy. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me on these 5-ingredient FRUiT empanadas. Don't forget to subscribe and like, follow, do all that for Just the Bells 10. And then, happy fall, y'all.